What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Erasure. And we're going to go back to the third live disc of the Chorus Deluxe Edition release. I mentioned I'm going to keep jumping back and forth between this and the self-titled album. I think, given the number of tracks left, I think I'm going to finish the self-titled album first, in which case I'll move on to Cowboy, but we'll keep going back and forth between this. And again, there are other releases from them, both like historical and more recent, that I've started but haven't finished, so we'll get through everything Erasure eventually. Big shout out to Vince and Andy, as well as all those who've been along for the ride here. And the next tune in the live performance, as I said, it's the same order of the track listing as the proper album, is Love to Hate You, which is interesting because the beginning of the Love to Hate You studio or like album version sounds like it's live. I think it's just done to, give it that atmosphere, but it does start with some crowd noise, so this may not feel altogether different as it begins. But yeah, I like the tune a lot sonically. It has the feel of some early Erasure, like 80s Erasure, but it has a bit more of an electronic glide to it, so I think it's maybe a perfectly representative tune for the album Chorus. So let's hear the live performance. This is Love to Hate You live by Erasure on the third disc, the live disc of the Deluxe Edition of the 1991 album Chorus. The kick sounds heavier. Very alien. I love Erasure. It's a bit like Transylvania, Phantom of the Opera. A bit gothic, I guess, I like that line a lot. I like the backing vocals in these live performances. Sort of a tribal industrial rhythm.
Satisfaction guaranteed. Tomorrow return them to the center, and the knowledge that you need. I'll take you, I'll take you, and the lovers that you sent for me. Do you come with any satisfaction guaranteed? Tomorrow return them to the center, and the knowledge that you need. I'll take you, I'll take you, I'll take you, I'll take you. I love to hate you. I love to hate you.
for Erasure. Yep. People are doing the whoop whoop thing. That's really funny. Yeah, like I said, I enjoy the studio version. I think it sounds like I now think of when I think of this album, or what I think of. So yeah, I think it's a really cool tune with the fun energy of Erasure, which I think is a hallmark, but definitely makes me think of the early 80s stuff, or the like mid 80s stuff, that I first heard as a kid and then reconnected with at the beginning of this deep dive. But it also has some electronic depth and sound that definitely tells me that it's something slightly different from the earliest stuff. So yeah, like I said, I think it's really a representative tune for what I now understand a little bit more about the larger Erasure journey. Still much more to learn, of course, and more distance to go. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the tune. Really cool performance. As I said, there's this gothic flavor to it. I enjoy the female vocals in the back on this performance. And yeah, it's just they seem to be a really fun live show. I did want to mention, I was meaning to do this before we listened, but I was flipping through the booklet again, and I was highly amused by this picture. Like, Andy's hair is funny, but like, there's other friends of the channel who, like me, are amused by the frequency of Vince's outerwear, his jackets, his sweaters, the style of these things. So I was highly amused at his "I'm looking cold and a bit distracted in a large jacket" picture. So shout out to both of them. In any case, let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.